Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I have an awful lot of debt that I'm trying to pay off, and this video is about finding out how much debt I actually have because, to be honest, I don't know. I think I would guess that I have about $125,000 of debt total. I would say probably 45 to 55 thousand in credit card debt, and then 70 to 75,000 in other loans. But this video is about finding out how much debt I actually have, my plan for how I'm going to pay it off, and then I'll also probably give some backstory as to what happened to get me to this point. So if you are interested in any of that, please stick around, give this video a like, a nice comment. I know that people can be pretty mean about extreme debt like this, and honestly, a lot of the reason I have it is because I'm mentally ill, which is pretty stigmatized. So if you're going to be mean in the comments, I'm going to just delete them. If you're going to be nice, that would be great. It'd be really appreciated. But let's go ahead and get started with this. So my first debt, I have two different Upstart loans. So Upstart is like a peer-to-peer lending. So I got this first loan about 2 years ago to pay off all of my credit cards. It was $35,000, I believe, at the time. Remaining, I have $13,213, and my minimum payment on that is $775 and some change, but I'm just going to call it $776. So I got this loan to pay off debt, and it didn't work because I used my credit cards again. So I had to get a second loan. I got this one back in December, and it was, I think for $32 or $3,500. I have $2,813 remaining of it, and my minimum payment on that is $87.99. So I'm going to call it $88. And then we hit my credit cards, which are a big issue for me. I have bipolar disorder, so I have a lot of impulse control issues. I'm now medicated, so I have them a lot better under control. And honestly, doing this cash stuffing that I do regularly has been helping a lot too. But I have always struggled with credit cards and being responsible with my credit cards, and we're definitely about to see that happen in real time. So not real time, but I'm gonna show you that. So my first credit card, let's go in the order that I got the credit cards. So my first credit card was a Discover It card. I got it when I was 18 years old, and over the years they slowly increased my credit limit. I had a boyfriend who took advantage of my credit score, my credit availability, my money, and my past issues with relationships. And he convinced me to buy him two cars. One of them was on this Discover card. I'm still paying it off. I'm paying off a lot of the money that he spent on this card. We broke up 5 or 6 years ago at this point, and I'm still in a lot of debt from him and from decisions that I made when I was with him. But so starting with the Discover, I have $21,859 on that card, and my minimum payment is $449. I am not sure what my interest rates are. I probably should have looked that up as well, but I know that they're not great interest rates. I don't have a great credit score, especially some of these cards I got when I was, a lot younger as a teenager. So, yeah, I only had student loans to my name at that point. And, you know, you don't have a great score when you have just student loans. So my next credit card I got was an American Express. My limit on that one, they did increase it a couple of times over the years, and I have actually had this card paid off multiple times. And every time I've told myself that I've paid it off and I'm a new woman and I'm responsible and I'm not going to use this card. And every time I pay it off again, or I use it again and I max it out again. So all of my credit cards are maxed out, by the way. So my limits are slightly below all of the limits on this sheet. So I got to the point where the last time I paid it off, I have another American Express that's a Hilton Rewards card. So you're able to transfer half of your, I was able to transfer half of my credit limit to another card. So I transferred half of my American Express limit to my Hilton card. And then I maxed the card out again. So I have $1,104, and my payment is $40 and some change, so 41. And I got that card when I was, I think, 19 or 20. I was in a relationship with a different man at this point, and it was pretty rough. And I got another credit card to try to show him that I was a responsible person and I could like be trusted and act like a real adult. And it didn't matter because he was a bad person and I'm not a responsible adult with my money. So the next card I got was a Chase credit card. This one, I had it linked to my Apple account for a long time, and I would just play games on my phone and rack up those in-store purchases or those in-app purchases. I have now found out that you can lock your account, your Apple account, so that you can't make in-app purchases. And then I would always go and undo that so that I could make my in-app purchases. So I had my friend set a passcode so I can no longer make in-app purchases on my phone. However, I still owe $5,729, and my minimum payment, this one varies a lot month to month, but generally around $164. And then the next card that I got was my Care Credit. I used to have 2 cats who were diabetic. They've since passed, but their medical care is very, very expensive. They had a kidney condition as well as the diabetes, so they were never really well controlled. And I spent a lot of money trying to get their diabetes and their kidney issues under control. The Care Credit, the money that I owe in Care Credit is not from their care. I paid that off years ago. The money that I owe in Care Credit now is just from me being irresponsible with credit cards, because it used to not be a normal credit card. It used to just be for medical things, and then they expanded it into a MasterCard, so now I can use it anywhere, and I did use it anywhere. So in this one I owe $19.89. And my minimum payment on this is $70. And then the next card I got was an Old Navy credit card. I also have a Victoria's Secret credit card that I got before the Old Navy credit card, but the Victoria's Secret is only able to be used at Victoria's Secret, and I just don't buy that much stuff from Victoria's Secret. So that's my only credit card that has a zero balance. 99% of the time, it's the only card that I pay off whenever I use it. My Old Navy card used to be like that. It used to be only able to be used at Old Navy, Gap, and those stores in that family. However, like the Care Credit, they expanded that. Now it can be used anywhere, and I did use it anywhere. So on the Old Navy, I owe $1,780. And the minimum payment is 56 and some change. Sorry, this cat has been watching me and being good, but now he wants to be bad. And then the final credit card that I got was another American Express. It's a Hilton Rewards card. So I get miles whenever I, oh, my Chase is also a rewards card. It's a Southwest rewards card. But the Hilton, I obviously get Hilton points whenever I purchase anything, and they've raised my limit by a lot as well. They see that I make all my payments and that I'm irresponsible with my money, and they really enjoy giving me more money to be able to spend. So on this card, I owe $11,813, and my minimum payment is $425-ish. This one also changes a lot by the month. So these are just my irresponsible debts. So not even like the things that I need. There's no secured debts here. So I want to know how much credit card debt I have. So I'm going to add that up real quick. So this is only credit cards. Oops. This is not including the Upstart loans. And I was guessing, what did I say, 20 to 25? Oh, I said 45 to 50, I think is what I said. Is that right? 1104. Yeah, so credit card debt is 44,274, which is an awful lot of money. It was in the ballpark of what I thought that I owed, but that sucks. That's a lot. But let me add these upstarts in too, just to see my so $60,300 from my irresponsible debt. Damn. Well, that's not a fun number to see. That sucks. That's not my entire year's salary, but it is a big chunk of that. So let's move on to some more fun debt that I have. I have a car loan, of course. After the second car that I bought my ex broke down, in 2021, when there was a shortage of used cars because there were no chips to make new cars, I took it in because all the lights on the dashboard went on, and they told me to buy a new car. Just buy a new car immediately. It was $6,000 to even start the repairs, and it was a 2004 Nissan Altima. It was not worth trying to get it fixed, and they weren't even sure the extent of everything that was wrong with it. So I had to buy a new car. I bought a new Honda Civic. I think my loan was somewhere around like $35,000 remaining on that. I owe $17,986, and my monthly payment is $477 and like 80 cents, so $479, so $478. I do own a house. I don't rent. When I was dating the guy who used me for my money, before we started dating, he was in a relationship and living with somebody else. So for him to be able to break up with her and to be with me, I had to have a place to live. And at that time in my area, it was a lot cheaper to buy a house than to rent. And, you know, I always was told that it was a good, responsible thing to own a house. So I bought a house. I did refinance it during COVID. So I have a really good interest rate. It's like 2.99%. And honestly, my mortgage is not that much. I bought an estate. I got a really good deal. I think my first mortgage was for like $69,000. My second was for $65,000. And remaining, I owe $46,860, and my minimum payment every month is $656, which is like half of what my friends who are renting pay. So like I'm not mad about owning a house. It's a lot of work, but I think it's, for me, worth it. And then my final debt is my student loans. And having student loan debt really sucks because I paid them off. And I paid off my student loans during COVID when there was no interest and payments weren't due. I paid every single week and I paid my loans off. And then they announced that there would be student loan forgiveness and you could get your money back. And I paid $8,000 on my loans during COVID, so I wanted my money back. So I got my money back, and then I spent that money on other things. And then some people who had no business being upset got upset, and they undid student loan forgiveness. So I owe money on my student loans again. And I owe $7,124 on my loans, and my minimum payment is $148. I only have the Stafford loans. My parents have the private loans. So I, you know, I'm very fortunate in that regard that my parents were willing to help me and my sister out. And that I do only have, compared to a lot of my friends, a very small amount of money. I did work 2 jobs the entire way through college to pay my loans off. I've worked 2 jobs ever since. At least 2 jobs ever since, if you include like DoorDash. So I, you know, I've put in a lot of work to try to get my student loans paid off, and the fact that they were and now they're not, I hate that. But I guess we'll just add these in to see what my total debt is. Oh, okay. So 132,270, which is higher than I thought. I thought 120, 125. So that is rough to see. Don't love that. But it is what it is, and it's only going to go down from here. I hope. I'm still working with my therapist a lot to work on this issue. But let me add up what my minimum payments are real quick, see how much I'm spending every month that I have no need to be. Oh, sorry, a cat is jumping on me. You can probably hear her purring. So my minimum payment monthly, $3,352.11. So that explains why all my friends have so much money to do all the things that they want to do. My friends that I work with, who make the same or slightly less money than me. Because they're not paying $3,500 every month to debt that they don't have because they're responsible adults. And then my credit score is 633, which is really not terrible. I mean, it's not good. Obviously, at one point it was 750, but 633, it could be a lot worse. So, yeah, that is gonna be it for this video. I'll do a check-in every quarter to see how much I'm improving. Sorry, I'm still sick from a festival. So, my next check-in will be January 1st, so new year, new me. We'll see how much I've gone from here. My plan, I guess I should cover that. So my plan is like two-part. So partially like a debt snowball situation, and then partially using my bonus to pay off some of my bigger payments. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go get a drink of water. I wasn't planning on talking for like 20 minutes. Thought this would be a lot shorter than that. I was worried that it would be too short. But so my plan is to do like a two-part method. So one part focusing on my bigger payments, and then the other part doing a snowball method. But the snowball, I want to start, obviously, let me do snowball in blue, and then I want pink. So I want to start with my American Express card, $1,100. My goal is to pay this off by the end of the year, so the next time I do a check-in, have that paid off. At the same time, my goal is to knock out some of these bigger minimum payments so that I have money to do things. So I'm not paying $3,500 a month on my debt. So I want to use my bonus to pay off this Upstart loan. I got my bonus in March. I'm thinking it should be about $10,000. It's going to depend a lot on performance of my company. And I don't know how much taxes they take out of it. But hopefully at that point, I will have paid down my Upstart balance enough that whenever I make that payment, it will pay it off entirely. So, and then once I have the Amex paid off, my 2 Amex payments come out of a different account than all of the rest of my payments do. So I will use that $41 towards my Amex Hilton to pay off that card a little faster. And then my Upstart, when I got this paid off, I'm gonna put half of this money towards my my savings, my cash stuffings, and the other half I'm gonna use to pay off my next card or my next debt, which I'm not sure. I have not decided yet what my next one will be. But I'll figure that out by March. I'll figure out what my next one will be. Then after I pay off the Amex, my next one will be the Old Navy. I'm going to close the Amex as soon as I get that paid off. I need to. I'm not responsible enough to own it, to own the card, so I need to close it. So hopefully the next time I do a check-in, it will be after I've made my payment and close the card. And we'll do a check-in then, and this number should be below 130,000 at that point. So that is where I'm at as of October 1st. $132,270 in debt. So only going to get better from here. If you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, leave a kind comment, and I will see you in the next video.